All right. Hey all, test, test, test. Looks like volume's good. All right, sweet. Um, we have a Great Western Trail game. Great Western Trail's been on BGA for a little while here. I have not played Walton Beta, I don't think. I did a decent number of alpha testing games. I'm just throwing out stream announcements here quick, and then we will get going. Okay. We're just bidding for turn order at the moment, and I haven't been paying super close attention. CS is quite good at this game also. I should probably try to make some things a bit bigger. Oh my god. Everything is giant. Alright. Player boards left, right, left and right. Ooh, I kind of like that, sure. Honestly, there's a bit too much going on in this game sometime. That I don't even know the best way to stream this. I feel like Lumen the other day had a bigger board. Maybe I need to zoom in. I don't know if I like... I wish... I guess I'm gonna allow it like this. You think seeing other people's mats isn't necessary? Yeah, I agree. I don't really need to see people's mats, so I probably should just zoom in on the board. So we put other people's boards below, and then we just zoom a lot. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, to finally actually do a bit more analysis. Yeah, you're right. The player tabs have everything. Although now I don't have all the player tabs at once. Yeah, I don't. I don't. I'm not gonna lie. Some people are really impressed with this implementation. I'm pretty impressed with the implementation, but I actually think there's a decent bit to wish was otherwise. Okay, but I haven't been paying enough attention. How annoying are things on this board? We have hiring here, we have building here, we have buying cows here, we have this and this crutch, which is actually kind of annoying. Hazards are here and here at the moment. Our buildings, we have 3B, we have 4A. We do have 8B and 10B. That's the worst. 8B, 10B games are super annoying. I'm actually going to bid to go one more here for first, which is dumb. Once the bidding's over, the board's going to be higher. That's true. You wonder how long 4-player takes? Yeah, I'm a little frightened. It should be a bit under 2 hours, but I'm really hoping for that, so we'll see. Anyhow, one of the annoying things about the original here is this 8B 10B combo can be very strong. So also, like, just looking at the buildings, there's really no buildings here that help cowboys, and cowboys would have to stop right here, which is annoying, so I don't like that. Engineers, the engineer buildings are right next to each other, so this looks like a game where really you just want the freaking builders. So I'm paying out the snot, intending to just go builder first action here. Like, I'm literally gonna go here and buy the only builder. And yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I think this builder is so good. Building the first tax building is certainly a temptation, but I think I'm just trying to get builders this game. So that's what we're gonna do. Our hand is decent for delivery here, at least. People asked and I listened. Yeah. All right. I don't need to hear sounds. CS is dropping a tax building where you kind of would expect. This looks like the best tax location. We have another rockfall coming out, so this section's going to get dunked up, so you're going to build taxers through here and get paid out. The other tax buildings are going to wind up going through this stretch later. building in this little area can be nice to leverage these bonuses. I'm gonna consider trying to lock these spots up actually, but we'll see. He listened begrudgingly. I am a little begrudgingly. I'm still not. We'll see how much I like this. I mean, this game's already reminded me a lot of I think why I get annoyed about Great Western though, but we'll see how it goes for sure. At least my card draws haven't really doomed me thus far. This is an okay opening for card draws. Uh, I am getting an early builder, which I like. But yeah, this setup is just gross. There's no buildings to help Cowboys, and Cowboys have a rough loop because Cowboys want to start here, which just inherently like is very slow. You're only going one space, so that it's hard to like loop back around to buy more cows. So it's gonna be hard to leverage getting a lot of cows. If you want to be a train guy, it's hard to move your train because you gotta go here and here on each of your loops. Plus, you probably want to keep hiring if you're a train guy. So then, what are you doing at the start of your loops? There's no building that helps train guys really either. And if you're a train guy, you might just lose to a builder that gets to rush to build 10B, especially if they get 8B up. So I think the only game in town is to try to be the builder. I paid 6 points to go first and to try to be the builder, and that's literally what we're gonna do. I'm just going to try to gather builders rapidly, and that's the only thing I'm gonna care about this game. Whether or not it'll work, I don't know. But stopping is nonsense. There's nothing of value to stop for. Wow, wait, somebody taxed here. This is a big mistake. Taxing here is absurd. This is just bad. Nobody's gonna go up here. Nobody's paying anybody up there. I'm just gonna throw a taxer and make that even worse. I don't want to put this builder out because I'm not gonna get to buy it. So we're definitely not putting that builder out. And then I am definitely delivering to Kansas City. I'm unlocking my money. All I need is money at the moment. So much money. Doing the exchange is good. For people who are wondering, I am playing first edition here. We're playing first edition. We bid for turn order. So yeah, I'm still playing first edition like a curmudgeon. CS is gonna buy the builder. I would be shocked if he buys anything else. I just can't imagine what you're trying. Yeah, and he takes the builder. Like, there's nothing else to go for here. Um, this is what you tried to do and failed. I mean, I might fail too because there's not that many builders available. I mean, that's like the thing is CS is here to make this not be an absolute crushing game. If CS wasn't here, it's possible all the players would not value builders highly enough. But because CS is here and knows to value fighting for the builders, there might not be enough builders to actually run this strat very well. So that part could get pretty funky, but um, I really want to slam my tax building here because this is going to be a great tax avenue. The only thing about slamming my tax building here is it's not very good for setting up 8B 10B. Slamming my tax building somewhere in here is quite like slamming it through this section is pretty good. Also, the fact there's nothing down here yet is interesting, but like utilizing these spaces can be nice. Part of the advantage to utilizing these spaces is that stopping here every loop looks kind of rough. So that's not really ideal either. So like it's tricky. Like just taking this spot with my 4A is pretty tempting here because if I build this at 4A, like if I build my 4A building here, not only am I taxing this, encouraging people to pay me or go around, I also am setting up future build sites for 8B, 10B. The only downside is if I don't take this building slot, CS could set up his own 8B, 10B combo right through here and have crazy taxes that everybody's going to have to pay. So I think I'm compelled to build here, unfortunately. Our card draw was also a little sad. We have double green, double white. I was maybe going to stop here, but just going straight to building looks great. I drop a green guy here. And then this is where I said I had a lot of options on how to build, and I honestly don't know what's right. Like, it might be right just to put my single taxer here and then save my double taxer for here or here. Also, just slapping 3B like right here is mildly tempting, but I think I got a tax, and I might just slam my single build guy here and then build this up later. I could just put this guy in here and have a really good tax position otherwise too. Like putting this in here might work. It's just I think it's gonna slow down my 8B 10B dreams too much. So I think it is just build this building. And we just save. Alright, we drew a gray, that's fine. Our deck is grays and blacks. Yep, okay. A builder gets put out. Another builder gets put out. Oh my god, team. CS presumably is gonna, or not CS. Wow, CS is putting the builders out. I could possibly, is there any way I get both those builders? I guess not. I'm only gonna get one of these builders. Yeah, because gray should exit here. Wow, gray's gonna stop. Gray stopping is actually unfortunate for me because I wanted to go higher, but now I can't hire a builder. Gray stopping, by the way, is nonsense. He's taking a 1 coin TP. Like, that's so weak. This is such a weak action. Taking a TP for 1 coin and then whatever else he's doing here is not worth stopping. He's going to cycle 1 card to try to get a better delivery. Yeah, so I mean, like, look, these are new players, so they're going to make, like, bad moves. Like, CS and I understand the basics of the game, but, like, that's unfortunate for me. I probably just stop here now, and then next turn he has to go out and make these builders available. But, yeah, that was not what I wanted. It also means red actually has tempo on the builders now, because, like, red is stopping here, but red moves, like, I move. CS, yeah, this is, why did you do this? It's so bad. It's so bad for you, and it's so bad for me. All right, we're gonna just get some pity trade movement, and we're gonna get $2 off of our auxiliary, and then we'll be able to hire a builder. Hiring builders is what matters. There's no more builders in the future market at the moment either, which is gross. Builders are what I want. Want builders. Yeah, I don't know. I've already spent a lot of points to get into this position, and this position is not looking incredible. It's not looking awful, but I really wanted to be able to buy a builder there. Not being able to is a bummer. CS is gonna drop his double tax building right here, is my guess. I think this is the most sensible thing to do. Oh, nope, he is going to go for the swampy stuff. Okay, well, that's cool. I should get this tax building location on my next loop, so that's good. The fact that our opponents are not building tax buildings yet is also a mistake. Like, building tax buildings is, like, very strong. That's where, like, I'm not actually going to totally know how to play this game. I mostly play with other, like, strong players when I've played Great Western, so like trying to predict what others are up to is obviously going to be really hard. It looks like Gray has tried to go for an engineer-based strategy. Red hasn't bought a worker yet, so we'll see what Red buys. If Red doesn't buy a builder, Red's probably going to pay me a tax here. So I might be able to double buy builders, although I wouldn't actually be able to utilize this, so that part would suck. I'd have no money. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I didn't even look at the cow market much because I didn't intend to do cow stuff, but the cow things look fine. The objectives look decent for cow stuff. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention, but this is a 9A game also. 9A is like actually pretty useful for the 8B 10B combo. So building 8B 10B this game and then later building 9A and making a San Fran delivery looks real dumb. Okay, team, we did get left both the builders, and we have... Oh, no, I don't have enough money to afford both builders, right? Or do I? Wait a sec, I totally can, can't I? I buy this guy for 7, and then this guy would cost 9. So, the sucky thing about doing this is... I can't fully use the build action that comes off of it, and utilizing this build action is, like, pretty important. So I might be crazy here and I might leave this builder. Leaving this builder is pretty nuts, honestly, but I think I'm gonna do it purely because I am gonna make the wager. I'm making the wager that I get this builder next round is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna claim that I get this builder. Right? Or is that absolutely nutty of me to attempt? Huh. I really don't want to give up this free build action. I'm gonna save my money. We draw another gray, which is fine. CS actually stops here, which is interesting. He gets a little bit of movement and gets a cert. Okay. Okay. The downside to that is if this builder does go into the $5 row, CS is actually gonna get the $5 builder now. I maybe shouldn't have done that. You wish thinning grays made any sense at all? Yeah. I look, there's some things in this game that would be sweet if it actually was like more of an option, or if it was decent, but instead the game is pretty interesting, to be fair. I still like this game, but yeah, I think it's just hard for me to love this game anymore. Like, there's so many of just how this early game resolves that I think really determines like who wins and stuff. Like, there's a lot about the early stuff where I'm just like, eh. Your favorite part of deck builders is thinning and creating tight decks. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's really fun. That's like a fun part about deck builders, right? Like really improving your deck. This game has deck building, but honestly, like, yeah, it's so little deck building. Um, if you're a cowboy and buying cows, you kind of do some deck building, but a lot of times you can't. Like, I think this game really fails as a deck builder because yeah, it's really hard to remove cards from your deck. It's hard to add cards to your deck, and you actually don't cycle your deck all that often. So like, it kind of really fails as a deck builder because you don't really do any of the deck building stuff at all frequently enough. It's like such an ancillary part of the game, honestly. Um, I plan to do almost no deck building this game. I'm not convinced I'm gonna buy a cow. I'm certainly not gonna remove anything from my deck. So my deck just slightly determines how much money I get on average. Like, it does nothing. Wow. Red is also gonna stop here. This is crazy. Stopping is nonsense. Like, I'm assuming they're trying to get a better delivery, but stopping is so bad, but it's so good for me. Stopping is so good for me because I can go deliver. I can put this builder in the $5 row, and CS is gonna have to delay again if he's really trying to get this $5 builder, which maybe he is, but I don't think that's very strong for him. So like, whatever. But this stopping makes no sense. Pays $3? Like, this is crazy. Like, okay, he just doesn't know the rules. Like, what? You do not pay $3. This, like, you have no reason to do this. They're gonna undo, surely, right? Like, this TP costs $3, unless they want a green TP that bad, but they've gotta want to undo this turn. Wow, they committed to that. Okay, well, that's utter nonsense. All right, BGA is classic BGA. Wow, somebody removed a taxer, by the way. I don't like that. I want people to pay me on the tax, so I'm going to gunk that up. We're putting the builder out. I want to buy that builder someday. I have no certificates. I guess I opened this up. I'm definitely delivering to KC again. I need money. I need so much money. Money is what we need. Why did I have a movement of 4? Because that's what you have in 4-player. 4-player, you just have a movement of 4. That's just them's just the rules. That's just how it goes. CS is gonna try to delay to get this $5 builder, so that part is not. That's not what we wanted to see. But CS is gonna get the $5 builder. But I think CS can't afford the $5 builder and the $7 builder, so that's good. You played 3-player. Yeah, 3-player, you only have 3 movement. But 4-player, the board can get so gunked up if people build buildings. The fact that, again, these guys have not built their tax buildings is, like, such a godsend for CS and I. Like, the money flow is going to be absolute, like... I mean, Red is so doomed here. Like, Red paid $3 for a TP. Like... I can't understand why. I guess they're objective. Like I don't. It's just so bad. It was such a bad move. What do I prioritize with my black tokens? Hand size or movement? Movement. Movement is so like this movement disc comes with $3. So it's partly this disc because movement is great, but also because $3 is great. Also, paying $5 for hand size is bad almost always. You don't think he can afford both? He has to pay tax? Yeah, I think you're right. So, looks like Gray is going to get this Station Master, which I honestly don't care about like at all. That's fine. Gray can have that. I mean, this is one of the better Station Masters, but Gray's game is slow here. CS is the only one that could possibly beat me. Do I always do both moves before? I like never do hand size. The only games I'm going to do hand size are games where I'm playing Cowboy. Otherwise, it makes no sense to hand size. Hand size is like really bad unless you have extra cows, right? So I don't plan to have extra cows this game. So like paying $5 to increase my hand size is an awful move. Like it's really bad. Even with Cowboys, I rarely open up the fifth hand size. It's just usually not worth it. It's so expensive. Again, like the game is so different how I'm used to it. When you play with four people that all know what they're doing and they all slam down tax buildings, it's really hard to move. It's hard to have money. Like this board is going to be way more open and free than it probably should be. So there's that. But like, yeah. Anyhow, the $5 builder is available, so CS is almost certainly going to snap that. But you were just thinking of strats that did a lot with San Fran shipping. Yeah, so San Fran shipping like is also a thing that basically doesn't happen. There's just not enough time in the game against good players. You had tons of money in your game, so that's warping your perception. Yeah, well, exactly. Like if people all build a lot of tax buildings and the hazard removal building isn't in. Now we have the hazard removal, but without hazard removal, people play tax buildings in all of these segments and then the hazards build up on the other sides. And so it's just miserable to move through the map. You're just paying out the snot in taxes. And again, the fact that that hasn't really happened yet is kind of crazy. Unfortunately, I don't have a green. I don't have a green in hand, which is sad here. But I really want to build this taxer. I think. Oh, I didn't really fully plan this actually. This is slightly awkward. My path to 8B 10B is a little. No, wait, no, this is totally fine. Yeah. Actually, this is totally fine. I do this. I definitely do this. We slam that there. With this hazard eventually coming out again, I'm gonna get people to pay me here, and that's great. Like costing everybody else money is wonderful. I don't need to use my third builder at the moment, so this looks good. CS has $11. He owes me a tax that's $10. He goes here and he gets $2, so he'd have $12. $12 is not enough to hire both of these guys in one go, so that's fantastic. This $7 builder is going to be left for me, which is exactly what I need in order to just have an absolutely crazy good game here. Unless Gray actually buys the builder, that'd be awful. Wow, no, CS isn't even going to take the $5 builder. Oh, that's so good. CS is just experimenting with fun strats. He's going to do a hybrid game, which is probably not going to work, but given that he knows I'm going to beat him to builders, I think it makes some level of sense. But this is so good for me. Gray just paid out the snot to avoid our tax buildings. He just paid 4 to the bank in order to land at his building. Yeah, that's just way too slow and bad of actions. I think this game's already over. I think I've won. But you built your first tax building the absolute dumbest spot. Yeah, I mean, so many of the important decisions happen early in these games, right? Like setting yourself up in order to get money and stuff. Paid 2 to avoid 2. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, this is pretty easy. Go buy the $5 builder and don't think about it. Pitch that, buy the $5 builder, and be on our way to winning this game. I do want to build. I want to build this 4 builder dude because what the plan is we slap this here, and this is going to get upgraded to 10B shortly. Oh wait, no, it should go here though. The reason it goes here is I want to land on 10B in the future, jump to 8B, and then jump to building, probably. Setting this combo up is going to be the absolute nuttiest, dumbest thing I could do. Do I want this builder? I kind of don't need this builder until late game, so I think I'm going to actually ignore the builder here. Yeah, I'm going to ignore the builder here. We draw a green. Sorry, delivery's okay. I probably deliver to Topeka here, although there is an argument to doing a third KC delivery, as nuts as that also is. But the spot before KC, did you put it in here? Like these two also don't work, right? You can't tax here because people could just avoid it. um. Thus far, CS and I have done 2 KC deliveries. Gray actually did it, or white or gray actually did a KC delivery. Red is trying to avoid them, which is why red has no money. I mean, red's doomed, but you just blanked on the fact that there was a fork there. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, that's part of where like you slowly just play over time and you learn things. Like tax buildings tend to go in this stretch because there tends to be swamp stuff, so you build them here. They tend to go in this stretch because there's desert hazards. They tend to go in this part because of the canyon hazards. Like that's usually where you put your tax buildings. In first edition, sometimes you put your tax building here because anybody that wants to use this building has to go through this. But this game, who cares about this tile? But like if this is build or if this is higher, this tax building can be pretty annoying. But yeah. Oh, hey, red's actually going to build a building. We'll see if they're putting down their tax building. But yeah, this is my future 8B, 10B. This requires, like, both of these buildings require 4 builders to upgrade, 4 builders to turn it into this, and then 4 builders to upgrade to 8B. It's going to take me a little bit to get this set up, but once this is set up, it is a $8, 8 train movement, plus, like, another action setup. So it's just so... Yeah, 8B, 10B moves the train a ton. I'm gonna hit the end of the track. I'm going to hit like all these stations. So I'm gonna do a building game, but it's also gonna look like I'm an engineer this game. It's gonna look like I'm both. We put out the hazard because I want to force people to pay me taxes. We always put out builders. We want builders out. I don't really want to put out $7 cowboys. I don't know who that helps, but I'm happy to make people go slower by taking TPs for money. I'm getting $5. The only question here is if I actually want. The only question here is if I actually want. Actually, the other question is how am I ever getting a 10 delivery here? How am I ever getting a 10 delivery here? That is a question. How? Because I really want to open up this movement disc, but I'm not generating certs, and I haven't bought a cow. So that is actually some issues here. I might just take this KC delivery. I need so much money. I'm going to claim a third KC is worth it given everything I'm setting up. Permacerts? Eventually, but I need certs. How am I generating certs? Permacerts come real slow, and it's not clear I'm even going to get them. Like, other people might do trainee stuff. I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know yet, actually. That is a thing I haven't figured out. I might have to stop here for a cert or two. Ugh. Nah, I mean, we might just accept that we're not getting a black disc for a long time, and it might be okay to just not get a black disc. What's my opinion on second edition? I dislike most of the changes of second edition. I think the artwork is worse. I think it's harder to read the board in the game state, so that's a huge draw against it. I think changing KC to $4 doesn't actually change the strategy much. I think people still mostly want to go to KC because money is just that important in the game. And so I actually think it's a bad change. I think the problem in the game is that money is so tight early, especially in 4-player games, especially if people actually build taxes. And I think that's the annoying thing because, like, I've built, like, this game is super annoying for red right now. Red is going to get hammered on taxes the whole game. Red is like just going to get pummeled this game. They're not going to be able to do anything. They're going to have no chance. Gray has a bunch of money here, but they have no workers. They're going to get pummeled by taxes as well. Like, they're just in a huge... Well, and they took 2 KC deliveries to get this much money. Like, they're going to get pummeled. Like, I just think making the game more money tight by removing money value from KC is not the right way to go about it. I don't think that's actually good for the game. Now, to be fair, the money on the exchanges is a little bit better in 2nd edition. I like that. I like that 2nd edition gives you an exchange token to help improve your hand, although I wish they gave you more of them, because I think your hands really matter a lot in this game, and I wish there was more ways to manipulate your hand. Because like I think not getting early money and not getting the flow that you want is like really punitive. So not getting those things is incredibly annoying. Anyhow, we got 10B down. So 10B is active. Also, the major tax highway is up at the moment. So have fun, everybody. Anyhow, 27. Why does he have so much money? You skipped actions because you have a guaranteed 10. Yeah. Do I prefer a 10A or 10B game? I don't actually care about 10B. It's just when 10B plus 8B are in the game that it's really annoying. When somebody can set up this combo and run both of them, it's really annoying. And to be fair, 2nd edition changed that, so I do like that about 2nd edition. I mean, overall, 2nd edition is fine. The real thing that I hate is that I hate that there's already 2 editions of this game, and that the strategy is subtly different between the two, and that some of the buildings got slightly reworked. So, like, everything is a little different, and so I think it's going to be really hard to create a community around this game, because who can ever agree on which edition we should be playing? It probably should. We should all just switch to 2nd edition. It's the newest thing. It's what's out there. It's what people are going to buy. But, like, there's a ton of us that own 1st edition, have played a bunch of 1st edition. So, like, I'm just really annoyed that they made a 2nd edition so quick, and that I don't actually think it's just a clear-cut win. I don't think they did enough testing or, I don't think they really got at the heart of what the problems of the game were or how to improve the game. But my hand kind of sucks, by the way. We also haven't actually set that up. I might stop here just to do some hand stuff, but we'll see. CS is doing a shredding strategy, apparently. I haven't been paying attention, but wow, yeah, CS is actually shredding cards for his deck. So he's doing cool things. He's doing very cool things. It's just probably too slow to be great, but at least he's doing a cool strat while I'm just doing the lame-o 8B, 10B rush, so... Okay. So what's next for me? I could stop here. No, that's not good enough. Is hiring good enough for me though, actually? Wait a sec. Maybe I do stop here and here. It's not clear that hiring is good for me at the moment. I don't actually have enough money to... I don't have enough money to justifiably build both builders. That's what would be like truly damn stuff. Have I played either edition of Through the Ages? What's my take on 2 editions there? Okay, yeah, I can get to that in a sec. This turn, I don't actually think hiring is good for me. I think I do stop, which is, like, this stop is pretty late. Well, wait, I should get a cert while I stop, right? No, I shouldn't. The problem is my movement. I want to go here to here. Stopping here means that I still have to do another stop, and that's unacceptable to me. I can't stop that many times. I need to keep moving and get things set up. I don't want to be slow here. So we get a pity train movement, whatever. Oh, wait a sec. Wait. No, I lied. I do want to stop for a worker. I want to stop for a worker. Okay, this is much better. The reason I want to stop for a worker is I actually want cheap workers to dump them. Well, I'm actually going to dump... Whatever. I want cheap workers to dump into these stations because I'm going to get these station masters. I'm going to get so many station masters, and also this engineer is only $5, and it gets me a cert by dumping... Yeah. Okay, this is actually quite good. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, the first engineer gets me a cert by dumping a 1. That was already good for me. The other reason this is good is I'm going to start scooping a lot of these station masters, and I'm going to need workers to dump into them. Now, dumping the builder is super strong. Dumping the builder means I can rehire a builder and then get that free build action again. So I do want to take advantage of that, but now I at least have an engineer to just dump also in case I want to. But I want to scoop up a lot of these station masters with my combo I'm setting up here. So, okay, I have played the new Through the Ages, and I've played the new Through the Ages with the Leaders and Wonders expansion. I think they did a great job with that. I also have then later played the original Through the Ages. Um, the new Through the Ages is great. They really took all the advice. The Leaders and Wonders is even better. They nailed that one, and the community adopted it because they nailed it, and they worked with the community so well on how to turn that into a great competitive game. So I am impressed with what they did there, and I think that one is actually really well done. Um, you want to like Through the Ages more than you do? Yeah. You like how Engineers Manning Station is thematically promoted? Yeah. Um, Wow, the stopping for a $6 teepee might be correct here for me though. Like, yikes. This is an $8 stop. Stopping for $8 might be good enough here. That's a very good action. Stopping for $8. Red did get to deliver to 10. That's sweet. I am gonna deliver to the one city. Do I stop for $8? Stopping for $8 is probably correct. Quite strong. Yeah, I still need money for everything I'm doing. Stopping for $8 has to be good. Has to be good. No need to cycle my deck here. Cycling my deck. Well, cycling my deck guarantees a delivery of 7. It's the same though. Yeah, this is fine. I don't want to do that, so I do want to stop. That money's good. Anyhow, I like Through the Ages a good amount, but like I like Through the Ages in the app. The app is really good. I think BGA has quite a few issues. So you think this implementation is great, by the way. You just need to mostly irrelevant stuff hidden. I think having most of the stuff hidden is good. I think the only thing I want to change is like I'm zoomed into 120% and I still want this board bigger. I want like Agricola, I want an ability to slide the size of the board. I want to be able to make I want to be able to make the board bigger. If I could make this board bigger, like just make everything bigger, that is all. That would make it actually pretty perfect. Everything else is actually pretty slick. Like there's a lot of nice undo functionality. There's a lot of functionality that lets you see what you're up to. Like it does function quite well, so that part is good. But yeah. Anyhow, we're like halfway through the game, so that part's a little scary, right? But the upshot is I almost have my combo fully assembled. I'm going to get, I presumably get this Station Master. I move my train 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I don't actually get this Station Master. Well, that's slightly annoying. Yeah, CS keeps jumping around. um, hmm. My train doesn't actually quite go there. So I possibly stop to pull it. We'll see what happens. This is still quite good, but the first time you open up, it's cringeworthy how much stuff is happening. Yeah, I don't super care for these pull menus either. I guess it's probably the best way to do it, but I don't love this. But maybe there's probably a way to just push it down or something. I don't know. There's a lot going on in Great Western Trail. This is the other reason that I don't know if I absolutely love the game. Like it's a fine game, but it's not elegant. There's a lot of components, a lot of little bits, a lot of systems. It's very Frankenstein-y monster-esque. It's a pretty good game, but it's busy. All right. Hiring an engineer, that's fine. Yeah, again, I don't know if anybody has the engineers that they're actually going to get these station masters. So if I get to scoop like all these station masters and still like get towards the end of the track because my combo is getting set up here, who cares that I'm like having crappy deliveries forever? It's just not gonna matter. Although the problem with having crappy deliveries forever is I'm gonna run out of cities to deliver to because the other players are being so slow here. So that part is actually kind of an issue. That part is kind of an issue. But whatever, we'll deal with that eventually. If I compare it to the implementation of Gaia, this is light years ahead. Okay, that's fair. I haven't actually played Gaia on BGA much, mostly because I agree it looks crazy busy and obnoxious. It looks so gross. Also, I've really never fallen in love with Gaia Project. It's always just been a little too much. Terra Mystica is great. Gaia, step too far for me. All right, I want to put this hazard back out. I want to encourage people to pay me taxes. $9 builders, hell no. I want that builder to be nothing. The cattle market's going to refill and I can't undo. Yup, that's fine. I want the game to be slow. The slower this game, the more I get to abuse my absolute nonsense. I don't want to use my cert yet. I do want to just deliver to this garbage city, and I actually probably want to be able to generate certs. Generating certs by moving my train backward might be a thing at some point, just so I can have a decent delivery. All right. We get a green into our hand. That's good. All right. Our turn is going to be great. We're going to pull into here. We're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 train spaces. We're going to get $4. We're going to jump. We could stop here and we could pull a hazard, although I don't see a reason to. So we jump here. We dump a green. We pay $8. We upgrade this to 8B. Our combo is assembled. Then we might stop here and pull into this station to dump our builder, and then we're going to stop here, buy a builder. Oh, wait, actually, we might not stop here. I lied. I might not stop here this cycle. I might not need to. It might be stop here and then jump into, like, this guy in order to move my train one more spot so I can pull in here, take the station master, upgrade the station master, leaving a builder, go hire a builder. Hiring a builder will re-trigger my 4-builder cheaper build action, which is exactly what I need to upgrade this building. That is actually absolutely what we're doing this cycle. That's going to be so good. That's the game plan. That's the game plan. Look at me with these combos. Oh yeah, this combo is so good. This combo sets up nicely to be flexible with cert. This combo is so this combo is so broken. Ooh, red just paid us a bunch of money. Oh wait, maybe they didn't. Yep, red is broke and cannot pay Ranior. Boo, red has no money. Remember how I said a while past that red was going to have no money because the board was going to be too gunked up and they couldn't possibly generate money? That's absolutely happening, and I feel slightly bad for them, but also, like, them's the breaks. All right, time for bullshit combos. All right. We get $4. We get 4 train movement. We get to jump 4 spaces. I want a double auxiliary action, or do I want a cert? I think the answer is I want a cert, right? I want certs pretty badly still at the moment. So give me a cert. I also actually want that objective card eventually, but that's a later thing. Ooh, we get a permanent cert too. Oh, this is so good. This is so unbelievably good. Yeah, I do. I do want to upgrade the station. I want to pay this builder. Oh, I need a disc first. All right, yeah, you can have that disc. That's fine. Do I want to place a worker? Yeah, I do. Take that builder away. Boom. All right, let me do craziness. All right. End turn. Okay. Was there a reason to stop at my other building? I don't think I actually want to buy a hazard yet. So, like, I could have stopped at this building, but yeah, I don't think removing hazards is good for me at the moment. So I'm not doing it. That's really that's really the whole answer. I don't think it's worth it right at the moment. I want to try to hit this at the moment. I really want to try to craft my hand. Like, if I could get my 10 delivery right now, that would be amazing. I don't know if that's going to happen. My next move is to hire a builder. Hiring a builder allows me to build. I want to build this into 10 or into 8B and set up my combo. I want to possibly hire an extra worker because I am dumping a lot of workers onto this track. I am dumping a lot of workers. I might buy this $6 engineer just to have somebody else to jam into these stations. You don't think I can get to 10 with certs? I have 2 certs plus a perm cert. So I have 3 certs that I can use, and I could get to 7 if I can find a black. Now, the odds of that happening are not great, so it is possible I should just settle for the 6 delivery this loop. I really don't need extra movement because people are not gunking up my loops. So there is an argument that I don't need to rush it. So you like that it shows me the odds? Wait, it shows me the odds? Oh, it shows me my next card. Yeah, it does show you the odds. Okay. Yeah, that is kind of cool. The odds are not great that I pull a black though, actually. So maybe I do just settle for a crummier delivery. We'll see. This is clearly incredible. Let me do the incredibly dumb thing. I do want to build for cheaper. I want to build this 8B right here. Boom. Bullshit combo assembled. I do want to hire an extra worker because, yeah, I just do. I do want to pitch that card for stuff. I will end my turn. All right, I drew. My odds are pretty good now. If I draw 2 cards, getting 1 black. I only need to get 1 black. I probably do stop here. I get an excellent TP if I stop, right? I'm getting an absolutely insane amount of money, which is still good for me. And I have a pretty good chance of pulling a black card off of 2 draws in order to get my 10 delivery. So I think I do stop one more time here. And then the rest of the game is just hammer our combo and deliver. Hammer our combo, deliver. Hammer the combo, deliver. I'm going to scoop these station masters. I'm going to turn the corner, try to get into these stations, try to hit the end of the track. And basically, yeah, just have an absolutely gross looking thing. The dream is to have enough time to eventually build this 9A building. 9A gives you 3 train movement, and it then allows you to move your train backwards as many spaces as you want and deliver to a city. If you move 18 train spots back, you can deliver to San Francisco, which is 9 points. Also, I can pick up the San Francisco objective card someday, and yeah, I can hope to hit all of that. That's kind of the dream, but do I build anything else? As I just explained, the dream is to get up to this 9A combo. The 9A costs 7 craftsmen. This building is 1 craftsman. So the real dream is to eventually get to hire 2 cheap builders to fill out my builder row. Filling out my builder row is VP. Plus, I would then get a cheap build action for 6 builders. 6 builders allows me to do a 7 build on top of this 1. It would allow me to have 9A onto the board and then hopefully find time to actually use 9A. That might not all happen. We'll see. It's asking a lot, obviously, but you asked that before I launched it, the dream. Yeah, I realized as much, but I am very thankful to my opponents for moving pretty quickly. Like, my opponents are making decisions at least. Like, they're in rough spots, but they are playing pretty fast. Like, this is a nicely paced Great Western game. I was worried we were going to wind up in a really slow one, which certainly could happen with slower players. $8 TP is crazy value again. We are double drawing, hoping to find the black. Come on. Oh, we are punished. We are punished. No luck. No luck. All right, so one bad thing happened for us, and by bad thing I mean not purely optimal and dreamy amazing thing happened. We got we're slightly behind the absolute dominant nonsense I was attempting. What's version 2's new rule on the copy building? I don't even know if the copy building exists in 2nd edition. I don't remember for sure what 2nd edition did with that building. It might just rule that you can't. It might just rule that you can't copy this building. It might be as simple as that. I don't remember what it is, but it's definitely probably correct. 8B, 10B games turn into so much of just buy the builders and try to get this set up. I didn't even get this set up particularly fast, to be honest. Like, the game is not that many more rounds. I might not actually ring the bell here because of my slowness, but the upside is I'm gonna get all these station masters that other people are leaving, so I am gonna get a TP or a hazard. I'm gonna be tempted to actually pull a hazard because my starting objective card wants a hazard, so that hazard's pretty valuable if I get a hazard. And I don't know how else I'm acquiring a hazard because I covered up my hazard buyer building without using it. So when I acquire this station, I might take a hazard. And then, yeah. Not a lot of these station masters are not going to be that many points for me, to be honest, but there are a couple points at least. And they just keep getting me these free build actions. So all of that looks slick. Can't use the same building twice in the same turn. Anything that gives action plus move. Ah, okay. So the new version just doesn't let you copy moves. It just doesn't let you use the same thing. Okay, that's a clean way to deal with it. The permanent certs are nice. The permanent certs are very nice. The permanent certificates are like part of how I might eventually actually achieve a 12 delivery or something. Which should be handy because I would actually offset. Like I have taken a ton of debt in this game, and I need to generate a lot of points, and I need to actually start running my engine very hard going forward because yeah, I'm running out of time to actually score. The end game scoring is not irrelevant. I'm gonna get a couple of points off of all these station masters, so I mean that part is great. That part's absolutely great. Lumen, welcome, welcome. How did your game go, Lumen? I don't actually think you're playing Agricola anymore, but let's find out how it went. Close second. Given your mid-game position, that's... Oh, it's actually slightly surprising this player won, though, huh? But nicely done. All right. I need to go here. I want to throw this hazard out. I want to force people to pay me. $8 builders are better than $10 builders. So we're going to put some more builders out on the track because I'm eventually going to want them. I don't want to use my certs at the moment. A value of 6 is fine. We're going to deliver to the 6th city. We deliver to the 6th city, and I'm never trashing, so I guess this. I doubt I'm ever using that either, but... our hand is our hand's pretty gross at the moment. We're gonna have to try to deal with that, but the 8-10 combo is doable. You just have to stop and do each building on a separate turn. Okay, I mean that weakens it a lot though. Having to do each thing on a separate turn is like totally reasonable. Then like I agree. The combo is still playable, but it's yeah. Anyhow, welcome all. We're running 8B 10B stuff in first edition Great Western Trail. We just finally got it set up, and the game's getting a little short on time, but I think I have just enough time to at least, abuse it enough. I did also take 3 deliveries to KC, and I bid 6 to go first. So admittedly, I paid like 24 points in order to actually get 8B, 10B going, so we really gotta hope that 8B, 10B is as absolutely strong as I think it is. Looks like nobody's racing me on trains, so this is still alright. Correct, nobody raced me on trains. I'm about to scoop both of these station masters and be ahead of everybody. I just might not ring the bell. I might only get to like these stations, depending on how long the game runs. Also, my deliveries are pretty trash. I don't have good deliveries. But I think I'm gonna have enough time to do an absolutely dumb amount of train things, plus still hire enough builders to max out my builder row. And I probably will find enough time to actually abuse 9A plus a San Fran delivery, and that should be pretty winning. CS has been experimenting with dumb hybrid plus shredding strats. So the only other player that's actually been consistently making good moves is trying a very experimental strategy, which kudos to him, but I don't think it's actually working. And then Gray is doing some okay things. Gray actually finally bought enough workers recently. Like, they're somewhere. Red has just had no money all game. They've just been killed by taxes. They refuse to do KC building and then taxes. So Red's gonna have a terrible score. So I'm pretty sure I win regardless. Yeah. The upshot though is we are what? We're still not an hour into this stream. Like, people are playing pretty fast. Not like crazy fast, but fast enough. I was afraid this was going to be a lot slower. This is probably going to be like an hour and a half game at Great Western with like new people or newer people at the table. So that's still incredibly welcome because it could have been a lot worse. My action is gonna be just run 8B 10B here. It's way too late to buy a cow. I think I don't think I have time to buy. What am I doing after 8B 10B? I'm not building. I probably am going here to cycle my hand. I'm probably just stopping here so I can cycle my hand. I move 4, 1, 2. Yeah, I could stop there, but that's garbage. I guess I do. I stop here just to cycle my deck. I handed one builder so that I could redo a buildy dumbness. I could make this my super tax building actually. That's one option. Yeah, I could make this a super tax. That'd be kind of fun. I could finally put this out somewhere. Putting this out is actually very reasonable too. Maybe I stop and put this out and then just use this to improve my deliveries. That's pretty tempting actually. And then still use this as my eventual 9A. Although, the one downside of using... nah, that might still be okay. Yeah. 8-10 is better if the 25-point building's in the game. Well, I really hate the 25-point building, so... I still think 8B 10B is too strong here, though. But yeah, I might still have enough time to ring the bell anyhow. I'm gonna get 24 train movement on top of 7. I'm gonna get... Well, that is only gonna be 31. I don't think I'm gonna get... I think I'm only getting to use this 3 times, probably. So 3 times is probably not enough to ring the bell. We'll see. All right. We pull into here. I think I have enough money at this point that I think I have enough money that I actually take the hazard from this tile. And the reason that I want to hazard again is because my objective wants me to hazard. This is a 4-point hazard also. I think I have enough money that I don't need the other thing. So... I'm finally dumping some of these engineers that I bought. I'm running out of discs, so that's always fun. I do want to place a worker as a station master. There goes one of my engineers that I bought for this purpose. And then I think I do want to build here. Although, God, I really want to cycle my deck. Oh, but if I build, I can cycle my deck anyhow. Yeah, this is fine. Do I want to dump the green? I don't want to dump the green. Cycling my deck has guaranteed delivery, so I don't want to dump the green. I do want to have my guaranteed delivery. Yep. All right. Things look great. Things still look great. I'm gonna stop here, buy a builder, get a build action. I'm going to put out... I've decided I am going to upgrade this taxer to 7B to really annoy anybody that has money, including CS. I am then eventually going to upgrade this guy. When I eventually hire 2 builders, I will be able to then buy 9A, slap it here, and then use 9A right after building and possibly achieve all of that nonsense. But yeah, my next action is hire, assuming I can. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can hire. Perfect. I go hire, then I improve my delivery and deliver right on time for my to finally unlock my movement disc. Which admittedly is a little silly because I'm about to unlock my movement disc on this anyhow, but my opponents are moving kind of fast enough to keep the turn pressure on the game. I don't totally know how many turns I'm going to have left, but it should be fine. Lots of shenanigans for VP can be done. Bell's only one option. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm going to just pull off a San Francisco delivery for victory points. And I'm going to take one of these San Fran things eventually. Does second edition make shredding better? Yeah. So yeah. Anyhow, second edition does make shredding better. It gives you a coin every time you take that auxiliary action. So that's what I'm telling CS. Like, um, so it does. Second edition makes shredding better. I'm still not convinced shredding is actually playable, but CS upon learning this seems very excited, which is very CS take. Like, go for the crazy strats. CS is the guy that on Lumen's all player commentary streams was trying Temple Giants before it was cool and stuff. So this is a $7 builder. $7 is better than other amounts of builders. I do want my free build. I would like to upgrade this building into my mega taxer plus points. I think I don't buy more builders at the moment. I think the money maybe matters, although maybe it doesn't. But I think this is fine. And then, yeah, I'm about to get a nice deliver. Sorry for the silly game. All right. Yeah. So the upshot is I have guaranteed delivery here. I'm definitely delivering to this 10. That's absolutely happening without question because I'm going to stop here to improve my delivery and then go in. But yeah, the number of turns is limited. So then my next, like, I'm going to have a lot of station masters at least. So that part's good. But if I get 9A down fast enough, 11 trade every loop can get me Bell plus 18. Um, yeah, probably not. But your math is solid, but I'm just not convinced that can work. Um, I'm not convinced I'm actually ringing the bell, but I don't think I need to ring the bell. Like, even if I get like these stations, and if I actually pull off the San Fran thing, I should be fine. Honestly, I think I'm fine regardless. I'm gonna have tons of building points. I'm gonna have a decent amount of station master points. I'm gonna have some station points. Like, I just have a complete game. Whereas, what do any of my opponents have? Like, they like Gray has barely any cows. They don't have any worker points. They don't have station points. They don't have station masters. They don't have objectives. Like, they're a total non-threat. Red has nothing. Red has no workers. They have some cows. They have a couple. They don't have delivery VP either, though. They have some objectives, but they have nothing to complete those objectives with, really. Like, that's a total non-threat. And then CS has been doing a shredding strat. And so what does he have? No worker VPs, a hazard point, a couple of buildings, but, nothing too substantial. Has a couple cows, like, probably can achieve some objectives at least. But how many objectives does he even have? He doesn't have any objectives. So, like, yeah, I don't think it matters. Oh, you're definitely okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. I agree then. Against stronger opponents, I might be in some trouble because of the fact that I bid 6 to go first and I took negative 18 in order to achieve this position, and I'm not sure I'm actually going to have enough time to like fully realize all of the potential points of this position. But I don't need all the points to win this game, given how my opponents are set up. Yeah. Anyhow, we know what we're drawing, so this is convenient. Knowing what we were drawing there was handy because our deck was thin enough that, well, whatever, our deck was cycled enough that we knew exactly what was coming. So we had our guaranteed here. I want to force people to pay me taxes. I don't want $10 builders in the game. I want the game to go longer. I do want to use one cert so that I can deliver to the 10 city. I'm just taking the money here. Plus extra movement. Not sure I need the extra movement, but the extra money's nice. I'm going to wind up removing this disc in a moment for the points anyhow. I'm going to run out of discs this game, actually. I'm literally going to run out of discs. I'm going to have to pay $5 to pull these off. That's going to be annoying. Oh well. All right. We're getting paid some more taxes. We have so much money partly because of all that taxing we've been getting this game, so that's been delightful. That part's been good. The builders are very expensive, but I probably have the money to just say whatever. I'm about to pull in here, buy this guy. I'm not going to do the silly builder shenanigans anymore. I'm going to just dump this extra engineer I have. And then I might stop for the objective. No, I go to build. What do I do? I guess I do stop for an objective. Do I take a San Fran objective? Ugh. I don't have a clear plan here, team. Do I even want this 12 delivery, and how realistic is it? Oh, I also actually do want a cert someday. One more cert. Oh, wait, no, I don't need another cert. If I just never use any more certs, and also if I deliver here, I get 2 objective cards anyhow, so I really don't need objectives, and I don't need certs. There's not a lot for me to build, though. I mean, there's a couple buildings, but they don't do much. I guess I could build another building here just to slightly slow people down. It's not awful. I don't know what I'm doing after this. I really don't know that part. I don't know what happens after this. I do want to upgrade the station. I want to do it with that. I do want to leave this guy as a station master. I do want to move. We at least have our absolutely insane combo going. Any action that gets you $8 and 8 train movement is a good action. I guess I go here. Oh wait, what is this good for me? This gets me 2 train movement? Oh wait, this is actually a hilariously decent building for me to stop at, isn't it? Yeah, sure, screw it. This is better than the other options. Let's move 2 train. Yeah, let's do it. Give me 2 train movement. Sure. Let's pull in and get some more station points. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I really just want to move fast, I think. I don't want to stop. Well, do I want to buy builders at the moment? I'm not sure I bet builders this loop. I might just go out here and then abuse this, and then next round take my builders and do my 9A thing. I don't know. Waiting for my stream every day, and today it's not Agricola. Your disappointment is immeasurable, and your day is ruined. Wow. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. I just stream things that I want to stream, and some people wanted to watch Great Western Trail, like Gonzo. So you can blame Ghostly, Gonzo, and some others, but I sometimes stream other things. It's not all Agricola. The upshot is there are a lot of Agricola streamers. If you're not aware, Lubin_S streams Agricola, Econ Sean streams Agricola, NerdCube's been streaming Agricola. Deranged streams Agricola occasionally. Montu streams some BGA Agricola. Play Agricola streams some BGA Agricola. Colorful Pockets occasionally streams some BGA Agricola. CW Gordon was streaming a little Agricola, although that hasn't happened again lately. But there's a lot of Agricola streams. A lot of Agricola streams. If I run out of discs, I have to move another disc. Indeed. You think this is good? You can never. So when you move discs, you always move discs off of stations, not cities. You cannot move your discs off cities. You have to move your discs off of stations. So I would have to remove some of these discs that are only like 1 or 2 points if I run out of discs. So Agricola might be the most rep board game on Twitch. Well, I probably wouldn't go that far. I mean, chess clearly, but I have to imagine there's actually like checkers communities. There's definitely Magic the Gathering communities, and to me, Magic is very much a tabletop game for some board game. Gotta imagine there's those. I'm sure there's other games that have big followings. With that said, Agricola has a pretty healthy streaming crew at the moment, for sure. Terra Mystica for a while had like quite a few streamers, but I think it's kind of really calmed down there too. I mean, Weber I think still streams, but like the Terra Mystica world definitely has calmed down a bit. Now, admittedly, that's a little bit because like Lumen and I and Nerdcube even are not streaming as much Terra Mystica anymore. But all right, what am I doing? I said I was delivering. All right, delivering seems good. Do I even want to cycle my hand? I do. No, my hand's good enough. My hand is actually all that I want. I want to deliver for 8. I have 3 perm certs, so it's perfect. So just give me money. Let's go deliver. Let's put out hazard. Sure, why not? $6 Cowboys. No, it's more $6 engineers makes sense. More engineers. I don't want to use my cert. I do want to deliver to the 8th city. Boom, boom. I want this objective card for sure. I'm going to commit to making it to San Fran is the plan. Which, yeah, geographically is nonsensical. Do I ever have 2 green teepees for that? I don't, so give me a random objective card and see if I get lucky. Oh, hey team. You know how I said I wanted to get lucky? I think that was the objective card that I wanted. The objective card I wanted was 2 stations and 2 buildings. 2 stations and 2 buildings was the best objective draw possible, and look at what we pulled. We pulled 2 station, 2 building. Boom! 2 station, 2 building objective card, because we are lucky sons of bitches. We top decked the best objective card for us in the game. We have extra buildings, we have extra stations. There is nothing else in that deck that's good for us. Boom. You missed the Terra Mystica streams? Patrick, I'm streaming Great Western Trail, though. You gotta at least appreciate that. You gotta like that. Everyone misses them? I should play some more Terra Mystica, I agree. You find Terra Mystica more boring than Agricola in a big way, unless it's Fire 2. Yeah. Anyhow, everybody, yeah, I should get back into some Terra Mystica, but yeah, it just hasn't happened lately. I should play some fan factions. I'm kind of waiting fan faction wise though for all the fan factions to be available. But yeah, who knows when that's actually going to be. We have most of the fan factions now, right? I should maybe get some of those too, but all right, Loki. Admittedly, to be fair, everybody, part of you are Terra Mystica gurus, and you are the gurus that voted for arena settings that I absolutely loathe. I really dislike random maps, and I really, really dislike random maps plus landscapes. So, now to be fair, I should just play some more high-level games and probably be happier for it anyhow, rather than Arena Terra Mystica. But Arena Terra Mystica has definitely kept me away. Like, if I had another Fjord season or another Fire and Ice season, I'm much more interested in random maps. Give me a Fire and Ice season again, honestly. That's, yeah. But anyhow, okay, what's happening? What's happening? I'm obviously about to drive my train. I skip this station. I pull into this station. And then what do I do after that? I jump into something. Then I jump in here. I buy some expensive builders. I upgrade. I guess I stop here. I might stop here, build a building. Then I jump here, buy expensive builders, build 9A, and then I use 9A in order to get a San Fran delivery. Is probably what happens, and I just never ring the bell because I don't have enough time. Think that's what it looks like. Think that's what we settle for. You'd reckon I play witches if a fan faction game anyway? Look, there's a lot of fan factions that look really interesting, right? A lot of the fan factions actually have like a lot of economic edges that you have to turn into points. I mean, that's kind of what I like about witches. Witches tend to have a good economy, and they have a way to turn that economy into points via building towns. I think building towns is one of the more interesting parts of Terra Mystica anyhow. I think one of the like slight failures, if it would, of many of the fan factions is actually that we have very few that tie into forming towns. I think the fact that witches wanted extra towns is cool. I think a lot of the original factions had abilities that helped them make towns a little easier, like nomads and giants. I think swarmlings wanted to make towns to get their workers. Like, I think making towns is and fighting for town space is like one of the hallmark, really interesting, fun, cool parts of Terra Mystica, and helping to kind of like suddenly encourage that. I think is a good design direction. So I actually wish there were a few more fan factions like that, yes, admittedly. But anyhow, we come here and do some nonsense. We have so much money. So much money. Chugging along. Chugging along. Bloop, bloop. Oh, hey, we actually do need to move our train one more in order to actually pull into this station. So it looks like I am taking... Looks like I am taking a cert and a train move. Yeah, that's probably good enough. I don't even know if I need the cert, but whatever. I do want to upgrade the station. Oh, Lord, I have to pay $5 extra to do it. That's gross. That's gross, but whatever. I don't know if I have enough money. do I have enough money with $28? This costs 16, 18, building the building. Okay, it costs like 24. I have enough, but it's close. All right. Sorry, cows are better than priests. If Agricola only had trades, you'd be in heaven. All right. How often do I get to Fort Town as witches? Not that often. Where did all my money come from? So, I mean, I get $8 every time I do this, so that's where a lot of my money's from. Also, I get a decent amount of my money from deliveries. At this point, when I've delivered, I've been getting a good amount of money. I've been getting money from my tax buildings. I've been getting paid $2 from my opponents often for this. I've been getting paid occasionally $3 for this. So like I've had a lot of passive income from things. So yeah, that's kind of where all the money. It's just been trickling in from a lot of sources. After I got this whole combo assembled, I really haven't been spending much money, right? Spending a bit of money on some of these stations. But I've basically been getting that money from this combo. This combo has provided, a ton of money back this game. And then all the taxes have been great. I also have pulled 2 teepees for like $14 or something, right? Yeah, like I got a $6 and an $8 teepee this game. So like those were excellent stops too. Getting that infusion of money. I've taken a couple auxiliary actions for $2, obviously, too. Like, that's been part of it. I've delivered a lot this game, though, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've also made 7 deliveries. So, actually, speaking about the, like, length of this game's already longer than, like, what a game would be against experts. Because I have made 7 deliveries. And making 7 deliveries is kind of atypical. Usually, everybody gets 6. But some of my opponents are being slow, and I wasn't paying attention. Red's made 1, 2, 3, and they're making their 4th delivery now. So yeah, Red's at 4 deliveries to my 7. So I've been moving through my loops almost twice as fast as Red. So that's also why I have a decent amount of money. I just been making deliveries, and that's stuff. It's not just red. White has 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, white also has 4 deliveries. Yellow has 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I've just been flying through the board is what's been happening, which I mean has been kind of the plan the whole time. It's been to fly through the board. I want to do my hire action. I want to hire. Let me hire. Do I dump this thing? Yeah, I do. I have a giant hand at this point too. I forgot. All right. $8 builders, scooping up a lot of points because we're maxing out our builder row. It's expensive, but whatever. We want this 9A building. It unfortunately is covering this up, but so be it. That's how it's going to be. And my turn. All right, the real question is, do I have enough time just to deliver and then actually sneak back to 9A? Because I could ring the bell then. Oh no, it looks like CS is going to make sure I can't. I think I got to just do my San Fran delivery now. I don't think I can afford to... Well, my opponents are at the start here. Do we get greedy, team? All right, team. Chat. We're doing a quick, votes. Do we get greedy? And the greedy line, to be clear, is that we deliver. Then we're going to do our actions in order to like be able to ring the bell, and then we do our San Fran delivery. So that's the greedy line. We might run out of time though. Or do we just do our San Fran delivery and be safe? Also, actually, the greedy line has slight problems. Now that I think about it, the greedy line has issues. The one issue with the greedy line is I don't have cities to deliver to. I might have to burn my certs in order to deliver to the 12 city, which is not ideal here. Oh, but I already have a hand size. Oh, never mind. I can deliver to the 12 city. Okay, fine. Get greedy? Sure. You don't even know the rules. We're going for it. It's free. Oh, it's not free. I could definitely get screwed here. I could get screwed here, I think, right? Can Gray move fast enough to screw me is really the question. Gray can move 6. So Gray goes 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, screws me. Well, but I still ring the bell then. Meh, it can't be that bad. Why did I upgrade the building with the 3 hands? That would have been the better choice to help the greed. It would have been 1 turn to do everything. Yeah, it's because I thought I was going to use it right away. So that's actually a really good point. I should have probably just upgraded this building. And then you're right. I could have just done everything in a single turn. And then the green line would have worked out. I wasn't thinking about the turn problem. I was really thinking I had to just deliver. I didn't think I could get away with greeting it out. But now it turns out I am going to try to greet it out. I probably shouldn't try to greet it out, but, you know, whatever, I'm going to. Also, all the builders are coming out now. Oh, after I built all my expensive ones. All right, I do want to deliver to this 12 city. Do want to deliver here for points. We use up our last disc. We have hand size 6, everybody. Whee! All right. We are going to get to ring the bell regardless is the upshot here. Because once I get 8 train movement, I can just stop here for the 9th train movement. So we're going to ring the bell and pull into this station. So we're going to get these station points at least. We admittedly are going to have to pull discs from... We're going to like pull all of these early discs into later stations. But that's because we're going to wind up with so many deliveries this game too. Like it's absolutely nutty. I could get punished here though. Gray could definitely end the game on me. Before I get to do everything I want. But, you know, if that happens, it's not that big a deal. But the San Francisco delivery is very good for me if I get away with it. But, I shouldn't need it. This game is still just like so... Like, I have so many building points. I have so many station points. I have a decent number of station master points. How many station master points do I have actually? Let's think about this. I have a pair of objectives is 3. I don't have a pair of hazards. I have a pair of teepees is 3. I'm gonna have at least 2 certs is 3. So I have 9 points of station masters at least. I have a 4-point hazard. I'm hoping to have I have at least 3 points of objectives. I'm hoping to have 8 points in objectives. I did pay again. I still paid 24 points, 6 points to be first, and I paid 18 for KC. So that's gonna wipe out some of it. But again, nobody else here actually has points. Like this is gonna be a very crushing win. It's possible that I'm going to outscore my opponent's combined total. So, was I able to grab a San Francisco objective? Yeah, I was. I have a San Fran objective in. Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot. I also got stupidly lucky on my objective draw, right? I talked about this at the time, right? But I got crazy lucky and drew this objective, which is great for me. So actually, I already have 8 points of objectives, and I might have 13. Oh wow, great is ending the game though. Well, shit. We're not making it to San Fran, everybody. We got punished for our greed. Our greed was punished, everybody. We were punished. We went for the greedy line, and we were rightly punished for it. Gray actually does prevent us from doing it. It's also my own bad. As Scott said, I should have just upgraded the other building, and then I would have still been able to do it all. But turns out we're not getting the San Fran delivery done. So our 14-point final turn is not going to happen, but I'm still about to pull, like, this is 9 points, this is 8 points. So I'm still pulling 17 points of stations here, although I'm going to have to remove 3 points of state. I'm paying a decent amount of money to do it. Whatever, I'm still going to have quite good, but classic dominating victory punished. I mean, yes, to be fair, I'm saying I was punished, but what I was punished from is scoring an even higher score. I was punished in terms of not getting to score a whatever it's going to be versus a, like, again, I'm just going to score about 14 less. Like, I still think it's possible that I'm going to beat everybody's score combined. None of them even have 8 points of workers. Like, in a typical game, I'm going to argue that a typical game, everybody kind of looks like this. You have a row of completed workers for 8 points. The fact that none of my opponents even have those points is pretty crazy. None of them have crazy cow points. Like, they have a couple of 3s and a 1, a couple of 3s, a 4, and a 5. Like, this might actually be like 20 points in cows at least. CS has something. I don't think any of them have great delivery. CS finally was getting some strong deliveries right at the end. CS really wants to make this delivery. I don't know if he possibly can on his final turn. He has 2 certs, and he does have the movement to get there. CS might get a very nice delivery score at the end here, but yeah. Your winner had 83. I mean, to be fair, scores in Great Western are so funky, right? Like, my score is going to be close-ish to 83 here, I think. Like, it's going to be 80s. Like, players determine how long the game is, which determines scores a bit, right? Like, if everybody goes slow, you have more total turns, so you make more points. But if everybody, like, moves rapidly through the track, you have less total turns. Now, your, like, per turn efficiency is still higher, right? And so that's why, like, moving fast tends to be effective. You get to take your strong actions more frequently, which is better. But all right. Money, trade movement, bloop, bloop, bloop. And person movement, copy, 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 $4 movement. Oh, wow, wait, I miscounted. I can't ring the bell, can I? I only get to 37. Oh, wait, I could double auxiliary to get in. Okay, I could double auxiliary to get in. It's a bit ugly, but it can be done. But it means that I can't. I was thinking I might get a cert here. Or, oh, I could still use this building too, can't I? I could still go use this building one more time to get in. Is that cuter than this? Sure, let's claim it's cuter. I guess it gives CS $1. Whatever, I'm not undoing my turn. Yeah, give me 2 trade movement. We ring the bell. Boom, we hit the end of the track. I do want to upgrade this station. I have no disc, so I have to pick a disc off the track. That's fine. I want to do that. I want to move my engine back here. When you hit the end of the track, you get to put your engine anywhere on the board. So I'm going to put it right there. I have to pull another disc to do it. That's fine. And there we go. All right. We'll see scores here in a sec. This stream is just hitting the hour-and-a-half mark, and CS is taking the very last turn of the game. So a huge thanks to my opponents for still playing quite fast here. I really like this game. Easily could take like 2.5 hours, I think, with slow opponents, and I think that would really impact my enjoyment as well. I really prefer these like slightly zippier times. Like I partly like Agricola so much because it like is often it's much more often a 90-minute game. Uh, I do like Terra Mystica a lot, but Terra Mystica on BGA is often like it's much more frequently like a 2 or slightly over 2 hour game, and that's a little bit me while streaming. To be fair, I slow things down while streaming pretty often, right? So I can't really complain. But we never got to San Fran, so I don't want to use my San Fran card, but I do want to use this one. And yeah, all right. All right, good game, all. 1.5 hours isn't bad. It's not bad at all, yeah. If I could guarantee 1.5 hour Great Western games, I'd be much more willing to play this more frequently on stream and on BGA. I just don't think it'll work. Please choose for me works really well. Oh, well, that's good. It should be able to just do it for you. I agree. It should be able to just do the math and figure it out. I just don't always trust it. You almost missed on points without it. Yeah, it's easy to like forget about your exact points and like distribution, right? So I agree. I'm very happy with that if it just does it, it optimizes based on your game scoring. Yeah, well that's good. Exactly. Like I have a station master that could get confusing or something, but yeah. OMG, what a disaster from one of my opponents. Yeah. All right. Like playing an on-met objective, netted 1 more point for your opponent. Yes, that's the funky thing, right? I could be in that position if I wasn't careful. Red, you have to please let's not have to boot red. Okay, good. Red's submitting. All right. All right, it's scorepad time, everybody. Boop, boop, boop. Here it is. Leftover money. I had 34 points of buildings. I have 34 points of stations. Yeah, I have so many points. My opponents don't have points. Look at all these categories my opponents don't have points in. Okay, I didn't quite equal my opponent's combined score. Actually, not even that close. I'm not that close to that at all. But a very clear win, yeah. Very clear win. Love a score pad. I like the score pad too. I like games that kind of like show you things at the end. Like I actually yeah, I don't mind BGA being just a little slow right at the end and showing stuff. But yeah. Oh, CS did get 12 points on deliveries. So CS did get his nice delivery score right at the end. And then, yeah, he did this kind of hybrid-y thing of a little bit of everything, a little objectives, a little bit of cows, a little bit of hazards, a little bit of delivery, a little bit of stuff. So it was fun to see him try to do shredding and hybrid stuff. Gray scored even worse than red, but neither of them have anything. Nobody else having worker points, like I said, is still the most shocking to me. No worker points is wild. Nobody else actually had good objectives this game either, which is a little surprising. Given that they all kind of did a little bit of everything, nobody having good objectives, slightly interesting. Nobody having even crazier hazard points, also a little surprising, but I guess they didn't have money for it. But yeah, the station points in particular are nuts here, right? Like, again, I ran a builder game and a station game. I paid 6 to go first also. That's not even on the score pad. But I bid 6 to go first, and I took -12 and deliveries net. Again, I actually took -18 on deliveries, but I slightly wiped it out by 6. So yeah. All right. Commanding victory. Yeah. Your winner had 61 cow points. Yeah, that part's cool. You wish Agricola did the score pad. It's one of your favorite parts in person. Oh, it is on the score pad up top. You're right. I have -6 up here. Okay, good call. Yeah, there's my -6 for bidding first. So, anyhow, Thanks all for hanging out. Thanks all for watching. Glad I could at least get a Great Western in. Hope it was useful to some of you to just kind of see a way. Now, again, my opponents allowed me a lot of things this game that probably shouldn't have been, right? Like, I probably wasn't supposed to be able to get the builders that I got. I'm not sure I should have been able to get some of these taxi locations so easily. I definitely should have got taxed by my opponents. The fact that gray and red, or white and red, never built taxers through this stretch, and that I didn't get punished for not getting my movement disc earlier. Against stronger opponents, I am not able to move through this part fast enough to hit my building every loop. But given that nobody built in this, I was always able to just hit this building even without extra movement. So that was very kind by my opponents. If somebody tried to build through here and slow me down, that would hurt a lot, right? I would have spent a lot of extra actions every loop doing basically nothing. So the fact nobody built in here was huge. Like, against better opponents, that happens. Against better opponents, I'm getting taxed more earlier. I might not get builders fast enough to get this combo up fast enough. I probably don't get to scoop 4 station masters against better opponents. Somebody probably does train stuff faster than I was able to get this up. So a lot of just kind of beating up on players that didn't know what they were doing either present in this game, admittedly. But you hope I enjoyed it more than I let on that I would. I enjoyed it. It was fun. A different world to when you played. It's fair. I mean, again, some of my games are going to be a lot uglier too. Like, to be fair, that's part of what kind of annoys me about Great Western. This game, I had enough things to do, and so it was fun. I didn't get pummeled. I was able to execute what I kind of wanted to. What sucks is, like, some games I think you have to fight tooth and nail just to score 40 because you just don't have money and people beat you to the tax spots and your deck is not cooperative early, and it just sucks. Like, the game's no fun to me at that, and like, that just happens sometimes, and I think it happens even more in second edition, honestly, because that lack of early money on KC, I think, is just extra punitive. I really hate it. Like, you just wind up in games where you can't do squat, and it's like, this game I kind of had fun because I got to pull off crazy combos and I got dumb, crazy big turns. But it can be hard to ever get in position to do that. Like, a lot of games you just kind of are. It's a lot of games I think it's a lot more of a slog. Like, you just are slogging to get anything done. And that can be sometimes fun, but meh. It doesn't have to be as perfect as Agricola, yeah. And what makes the bid order so important. Bidding can be really important, but even then, like, sometimes it's just hard to know how your draws and deck are going to cooperate, right? Like, you could easily have a decent deck to start with. You bid, you build a building on your first loop, you hire somebody on your first loop, and all of a sudden you're staring at your deck, like, giving you, your deck is now like black and 3 grays, and you're like, great, my delivery's only 3. That just sucks compared to somebody that draws a little better. And then all of a sudden you draw all 3 whites or something at the start of the next loop. Like, I think the early money in the game matters so much, right? We go to Kansas City because we're like, that 6 points doesn't matter. That 6 coins is so much better. But then every time you stop at these buildings, if you have the right card, you get $2 extra, which is at least 2 points based on our KC analogy. And then every time you deliver, if your deck is better than others, you might get another $2 or maybe even $3 better than an opponent if your deck cooperates, which is at least 2 or 3 points. And so, like, the difference between the first, like, 2 loops of the game from your deck cooperating to your deck just being, like, perfect can be like $10, which is a huge amount in this game. I think it's game-defining amount, right? So, like, that part annoys me a lot too. Like, I've just had a couple games where it's just been like such a slog and my deck just absolutely isn't working. Or it means you have to stop. You know, sometimes it just means you have to stop and massage your deck a bit more than others, but that means your tempo is off, or like versus others, or you're taking actions you don't want. And I guess I should look at the stats. This game had a lot of actions because it went pretty long. Yeah, 26 turns. So that's kind of a long game. But that's not even that much, right? I guess I don't totally know what turns count as in this stat, so I'd have to look. But if it counts delivery turns, assuming a delivery counts as a turn, I still only took like 18 actions this game. So having to take an extra action or 2 is also incredibly punitive. So, whatever. Ultimately, though, I had a good time this time. I will probably play a bit more, but I don't expect to be streaming Great Western a ton. Seems like an exchange token could help. The exchange token only goes once, but I agree, Gonzo. It is nice. I like the exchange token as second edition. I wish they gave exchange tokens out much more frequently. I'd be much happier with more exchange tokens. Does competitive only play first edition still because of the money nerf? Oh, I have no idea. I think plenty of people play second edition. I think some people go between both. I can play second edition, admittedly. I'm just a curmudgeon that doesn't like it as much. I partly don't like the look as much, which also really keeps me away from wanting to play second edition. I really think this looks. I think this looks cleaner. I think it's easier to parse faster. I really am not a big fan of the look of second edition, but there are some things about second edition that are nice. Again, the main thing that I hate about second edition is that it just split the player base. I just hate having two different versions of a game, and like it's hard to come to any agreement because I don't think second edition is like slam dunk better. So, but whatever. I'm a part of Leah Curmudgeon, so who knows exactly how everybody else feels. So whatever. Um, Thoughts on Rails to the North? I don't really like Rails to the North. I think first edition Rails to the North is not a very good expansion. Um, I think Rails to the North, I feel like the auxiliary action is like mandatory. That little sub game of like putting out branchlets and stuff is just strong. So like you have to upgrade your auxiliary action. You have to play the branchlets sun game. It's not an option. And so now all the other auxiliaries just kind of like become worse. So I don't think that's really good for a strategy game when there's like absolutely correct options. I just don't really enjoy all the branchlets sub game. And then even worse than that though is I think they just made builders too good. They gave builders too many extra options. And now we can argue that players can help balance that out by all pursuing builders, but I'm also not that interested in a game where we all have to like fight tooth and nail to block each other from getting too many builders too fast because otherwise we just lose. I think it's a slightly more fun game if all of the paths are like kind of viable and I can kind of choose what looks the best for me, and like I could still win if I just go engineer heavy. But like I think especially winning with engineer heavy and Rails to the North is hard. I think winning as a delivery heavy game is much harder because you have to unlock branchlets in order to get to higher value deliveries, and so now trying to go for a delivery strat is even harder, and so that also inadvertently boosts builders because like as a builder I didn't care where I delivered much this game, right? Like, I was okay if I had a lot of low value deliveries, so I don't have to do much work into unlocking better deliveries. That just didn't matter. I could make up the points elsewhere. Whereas if I'm going for like a cowboy strat, part of how I'm going to win is having good deliveries, and I think Rails to the North forces me to take extra actions to make good deliveries, and that cuts into your efficiency. Also, again, I just don't love expansions in general because they tend to add new rules, etc. I like the game like this. I tend to find expansions just add even more complexity, and I kind of wish more things were cut out of Great Western Trail so it was more streamlined. I wish more games were more just focused on what makes them great, and cut a lot of the other stuff out. When I play Terra Mystica, I don't really like the landscapes. I find them fiddly. Like I want them axed out. I basically never play with Fire and Ice stuff. I find it too much whatever. I also am just a guy that likes base games. So want a Agricola game to close it up? Definitely not. I have movie date plans, so I need to be heading. I should go play with my dog, and then yeah, I gotta go do things, you know. So no more streaming for tonight, but yeah. I might get an Agricola stream tomorrow, maybe. Otherwise, it's gonna be a fairly busy weekend for me, so I really don't know what's gonna happen. But again, there's Nerd Cube's been streaming a bunch of Agricola. Lumen streams Agricola. There's lots of other Agricola streamers. You should definitely go check them out. There's a really awesome community out there. So, anyhow, thanks all for hanging out, chatting. It's been great. I'm gonna head off for reals now, though. So, thanks all for hanging out. Later.